नमस्ते सर। नमस्ते सर।
नमस्कार जी।
सर कैसे हैं? सर डीजी सर ज्वाइन कर लिए हैं। कर्नल वेंकट सर का वेट कर रहा हूँ कि वो ज्वाइन कर लें तो फिर हम लोग शुरू करते हैं सर। Our Director General Dr. P.R. Swarup sir has joined. We are waiting for Colonel B. Venkat, Director AICT. He has confirmed to join 4 o'clock, but now due to some other assignment, he could not join so far. So may please allow me to wait for 1 to 3 minutes or more. Then we will start the session. Uh, our Director General Dr. P.R. Swaroop sir is available with us and he is presiding over the session. So with his due permission, uh, let me start the session. Sir, could I start the session, sir?
Yeah, please go ahead.
Thanks, sir.
Please,
Thanks, sir.
please go ahead.
Uh, Dear academicians, I, Pawan Kumar Mishra, Director, Construction Industry Development Council, on behalf of Construction Industry Development Council and All India Council for Technical Education, welcome all of you in the inauguration program of third batch of AICT Students Learning Assessment PARAKH program. The objective of this training program for faculty members is to tune them with industry to develop MCQs for the students assessment and the faculty assessment and to understand the need of the industry, present day need of the industry and expectations of the industry from the academia. I also welcome Colonel B. Venkat, Director All India Council for Technical Education, as chief guest of the program and other dignitaries from the industry. Dr. P.R. Swaroop, Director General Construction Industry Development Council, Member Secretary Engineering Council of India, Chairman International Council of Consultants, President Indian Society for Trenchless Technology, and Member State Planning Board, Tripura and Union Territory Ladakh, presiding over this session. सर, आज बसंत पंचमी के दिन मैं अपने जीवन के श्रेष्ठ गुरु और मार्गदर्शक डॉक्टर P.R. स्वरूप सर से अनुरोध करता हूं कि वो हमारे युवा गुरुओं का मार्गदर्शन करें. प्लीज सर, नाउ आई एम हैंडिंग ओवर सेशन टू यू सर. प्लीज सर, डॉक्टर P.R. स्वरूप sir. Sir, please.
Thank you, Mishra ji. And today is a very auspicious day. You have Vasant Panchami as well as Ma Saraswati Puja Day, who is the goddess of education and wisdom. So I think we are starting on the right auspicious day, and I welcome all the participants who are here. And I can see that over 200 odd participants have joined this particular session, which is going to be the launching of the third batch of PARAKH program. Many of you would have heard about this program, and the details are already available with you. Just to kind of give you the reason for All India Council for Technical Education holding this particular program jointly with CIDC is that there has been a long debate that goes on, and that is that our students who come out of our engineering colleges, industry somehow is not satisfied with the way they are being taught and the content of their training, and more so, the hands-on kind of training and the real issues which industry is looking for in the young graduates. So it was thought that the training structure, the training content that is going to be revised to be in consonance with the need of industry, and this is where All India Council for Technical Education approached us. And they have launched this particular program, which is known as PARAKH. PARAKH in Hindi would mean testing and finding out through examinations the kind of real merit of the program. So, all of you who have joined this program, which is sponsored by All India Council for Technical Education, are going to be benefiting from this program. And what is the benefit that accrue to us? Let me tell you, it is a threefold benefit that you have.
But your voice is not coming, sir. Sir.
The first one is that you are able to widen the horizons of your own, help not only their internships, but also help them tremendously in sourcing the jobs, which is going to establish the credentials of your college. And at the end of the day, the last benefit that accrues is to your college also. Because a college or an institution is known by the alumnus that it creates, and whether those alumnus are in a position to go and serve the industry for in the areas and fields in which they have been trained and taught, and that is something which is the greatest benefit that accrues to the institution. I am very happy to inform you that first two batches of PARAKH program, they had a reasonably wonderful response. Over 522, academicians have been trained, and as a testimony of their training, what we require you to do, and of course you have the notifications that there are going to be 10 or slightly more lectures that will be delivered by the industry experts who will tell you what exactly is that the industry needs. And these subjects are going to be variety of subjects. Now you have to also understand that one of the approach that we have been taking so far in our engineering is that we are we are basically looking at branch wise teaching and training. But let us understand that when a student graduates, then he or she goes out, and then there are total solutions that one has to work on. Take for an example, if you have to construct a power plant, you require not only civil engineers, but also the mechanical engineers, electrical engineers, for the operations. You require the mining people. You require many other disciplines, instrumentation, telecommunication, control, and everything. Now, how could you deliver the product in totality? Unless otherwise you are familiar with not only your own branch, but also several other things. So our focus has been that we will bring in the senior practitioners in the industry, and I'm happy to tell you that more than 50 very senior industry representatives have been teaching the learners, and this has been uh, the kind of trend so far, and the numbers are rising as we are proceeding with the program, and there are going to be 5 sessions of this, or rather 6 sessions of this, and we had originally planned that there are going to be some 50 or 60 participants in each program, but all I can tell you is that as of now, we have already trained more than 522 candidates. And this is only through 2 programs. So this basically signifies the kind of tremendous acceptance and the liking that all of you have had. This batch is going to be the largest ever. We have something like 370 odd registrants until about 3:30 or 4 o'clock this afternoon, and more are joining. So there is an appeal that I have to issue to you, and that is to go out and speak to your other colleagues, and they may not be necessarily from your own college. You can also look at the other colleges or your colleagues or friends who might have been working with you in past and might have gone and joined other colleges. Please bring them in, because this is a training program which we would like to kind of widely disseminate and admit as many learners as can really make themselves available to come and participate in there. The story doesn't end there. What we do is that in the PARAKH first batch and in the second batch and even in the third batch now, the lectures that will be delivered, they will be video recorded and they will be placed on the CIDC YouTube channel. So you can always go to CIDC YouTube channel, subscribe to it, being charged because this is all totally sponsored by All India Council for Technical Education. And you can basically go through the recorded lectures also to enhance your skills and knowledge. As a testimony, what we are looking for is that for each day of this training program, which might comprise of about 10 or plus lectures, we would require you to prepare 10 multiple choice questions for each day. That means each one of you will have to create something like 80 to 100 questions. And these questions are needed because we would like to know from you that whether this program or these lectures have really been comprehensible, they have been useful or not, and how far you have understood the whole thing. So education is a continuous process, as you know, and this will continue for all the time to come. But nevertheless, this is a small beginning that has been made, and once again, I feel very proud that lots of you have been coming and very faithfully participating in this program. So try to keep your attendance to the maximum, and then suppose for some good or bad reason you are able to miss a lecture, then don't worry, the recording will be available. You can go through that at leisure time and then send the 10 MCQs that will record your presence also. So this is the way the program is going to be, and these are the benefits that you are going to be accruing out of this program. Now let me tell you about a couple of more very important issues which I am very sure you would be facing, and you definitely would like to have a solution. The employment numbers, the young graduates from majority of the colleges is falling down. And one of the reasons I have already explained to you, that industry is not at all very comfortable with the kind of education that is being imparted. So on one hand, we are trying to change this whole thing. On the second hand, we have been having continuous discussions with the All India Council for Technical Education. And that is basically to make sure that our engineering graduates, as a part of the mandatory requirement, they must undergo the internship training. And this internship training, depending on the kind of course curricula and the structure of your program and the affiliating universities regulations, it varies between 3 months to 6 months. So what we have done is we also offer offline training program, which means that these are going to be hands-on training program. And for 1 month, the primary programs can be attended by the students at CIDC centers. And later on, we depute them with the industry. I am happy to tell you that in spite of the incidence of COVID, the first batches of the students, they have started going to many of the leading organizations like Larsen and Toubro and others, and they have preferred the quality of the students who have undergone the primary training of 1 month at CIDC centers. We are very confident that at the end of the sixth month, they should be in a position to get some gainful employment with the companies where they are already undergoing the internship. So you can make a note of it, and you can approach Mr. Mishra and let them know the names of the students who might like to come. For those who cannot join the hands-on kind of internship, there is also a provision of online internship. And this training is also for about a month. We are not very happy with the online kind of internship because that doesn't really impart the kind of skills, but still it is better than nothing. So that's a kind of a second choice which you can possibly advise your students. And this is going to make them worthwhile, and then the quality of education also improving tremendously. So look at that. There is a third area that I would like to share with you, and you will receive the notifications. This is a national platform that we have created of the laboratories which are owned by the institutions that you have there. And for a normal engineering institution, you should be having anything between 15 to 20 different kind of laboratories. laboratories, and these laboratories are primarily being used for imparting education to different, and that is what your management is really going to relation like. Why can we not utilize these laboratories and make them providing the kind of consultancy, research assignments, the testing of the materials, and variety of other things they can do to monetize their existence. After all, you have the infrastructure, you have the equipment, you have the people who are manning it, and we can definitely try to be the link between industry and the institutes. So there is a program or platform that we have created, which is known as NAPIL. That is the National Program for Industry Laboratory Partnership. And this detail also will be available. Please speak to your management, advise them about that. And there are many who are basically approaching us. Under this, we will examine the quality of laboratories you have. We will examine the quality of the workers who are there, or supervisors, or the trade specialists that you have there related to those particular laboratories. And then, in case there are skill gaps, we'll try to fulfill them, and also encourage you to remain in touch with the industry to source out the kind of assignments for your institution. Needless to say, this is going to be the most useful thing you can possibly do for your institution. This also will give you a lot of opportunities to start interacting with the industry directly, and make sure that you organize seminars, conferences, pick up the research topics, and variety of other things for which the institutions are supposed to be established. So these are few things which I thought I should share this with you, and uh, Mr. Mishra will be giving you more details about that. I believe Colonel Venkat has joined us, and you will be listening to him also. If not, then of course, as soon as he joins, he will address you. Mr. Mishra, please take it over.
Thanks, sir, for your kind guidance. As you given the details, I am always available with academia to give different options associated with the All India Council for Technical Education and the industry expectation from the academia. Sir, Colonel Venkat has not joined so far. So I am I am opening the session to academicians to interact with you, and if they have any query, questions, please I request them to please come forward and interact with our DG, sir.
Yeah, you are most welcome to come in and speak to me and raise your questions. So please start. Can I request Mr. Manikandan to come out with any questions that you may have? Mr. Manikandan? Mr. Manikandan? Okay, I go to Professor Ravindran. Professor Ravindran?
Sir, good evening, sir.
Yes. Good evening. Good evening.
Yeah, I'm Dr. Vedri
Yes.
from Ramakrishna College of Technology, sir, under Anna University, Tamil Nadu.
Yes.
So my question is, for some of the faculty ask about the remuneration for the assessment, what they have submitted the SMCQ, but that it is clearly mentioned it will not be provided. It's a kind of practice for preparing the assessment. It's very good, sir. My query is, the CDIC is conducting, no, is a
CIDC.
CIDC is conducting this program. Actually, I belong to computer science department. I'm interested to learn about the assessment pattern, so only I register with this program. But whether it is useful to me, Whether this session will be useful to me, sir?
Yeah,
Sir,
it is going to be very useful
can you
to
get my
you.
question?
I'll tell you why.
Yeah, yeah,
Pardon
because
me?
I thought that it is a kind of construction related session. Maybe it may be the construction and
No,
civil department
no,
related
no,
session.
no, no, no,
Okay, sir.
no,
This is
no,
my
no,
query.
no, 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 no. No, 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 no. You have to understand something. Let me explain this and clear this, uh, this fallacy that people have in their mind. You see, modern day construction is not only civil engineering. Modern day construction is actually the construction of infrastructure. I gave you an example. Suppose if you are constructing a power plant, suppose if you are constructing a chemical plant, suppose if you are constructing or rather trying to get a power plant or chemical plant or any other facility that you have, do you mean to say that this whole thing can be constructed and understood only by the civil engineers? I started my career as a
Yes, sir.
designer.
Almost all
As a
departments
design,
are integrated. Yes, sir.
they are all integrated. And we have to now change that approach where we teach the students about civil engineering, mechanical engineering, electrical engineering, or separate silos are not required. You have to basically combine everything and prepare them for development of the physical infrastructure that we need in this country. You have to prepare them to be able to provide the kind of industrial infrastructure in the country. I give you this example. You would have heard about the protests that the farmers are making, and there are very serious repercussions that are happening, and farmers are unhappy throughout the country and whatever you have. Now, what exactly is the problem in the agricultural field, agricultural area? Do you realize that? The bigger problem is that we are not able to use the scientific methods of understanding the season, the type of crops that have to be grown, and the kind of water resources we require. We also need to know about the kind of fertilization that needs to be done. Now, in order to do this, and to also create the infrastructure which is so badly needed for storage of the produce that you have there, and believe me, there are 30% of our agro products that are being wasted. Now, what all you require to make the weather related predictions, to really do many of the activities, you require the drone services. The drone flyers may not be necessarily civil engineers, they can be electrical, mechanical, or any other engineers for that matter, and many of them are not even possessing any engineering background, but they have to be backed up by the engineers to construct the silos, to construct the material which is being generated, to handle that, to process that. There will be a lot of engineering forces that are going to be needed. And that is where we have to try to have our young people to go and find the employment. Now, if you as a teacher is not able to give some kind of a total canvas to the students, how exactly you think you are preparing the students? Don't you get me? Even in the basic schooling also, when a student goes to a primary level program, what are the bare minimum things that are taught to the child? You need to teach him or her mathematics. You need to teach him or her languages. You need to teach him or her the basic sciences, the basic social sciences, and several other things. So ultimately, when you say that here is someone who is really educated, then he has to undergo all these branches and combine them for some kind of practical results. You get my
Of
point?
course. Yes, sir. Of course, sir. I agree with you, sir.
So, so just because the name of my organization is Construction Industry Development
Yeah,
Council,
yeah. That's my query. That's my query.
no,
CIDC.
no, no, no,
You
no,
know,
no,
and
no, no,
I get all
no,
related information
no,
regarding
no,
the
no, no, no,
internship
no, no,
and then industry institute collaboration.
no, no, no,
So,
no, no,
so
no,
only
no,
I
no.
got some
The
doubt. Thank you,
letters,
sir.
Now,
Now
now
I
you
get a clear
must bear
idea
in
and
mind.
I understood this.
We must bear in mind. Very good. Very good. So let me have the second question.
Thank you, sir.
And God bless you. God
Sir,
bless you.
Professor Gyanendra Kumar Gupta has
Yeah.
raised.
Next question, please.
Sir, Professor,
Okay. Mr. Gupta, please come
Professor
in.
Gyanendra Kumar Gupta has raised.
Yes, Professor Gupta, please come in.
My question was same, sir. I am also from CA Department. I got the answer. Okay.
You got the answer. Now, you realize how much computer related services that the infrastructure companies use, how many new apps are needed,
Yes, sir.
and how can you use your laboratories and your skill to make some tailor-made apps for them?
Yes, sir.
That is the point that we have to now live with. You understand that?
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, let me have another question.
Sir, good evening, sir.
Yeah. Good evening.
So this is Dr. R. Mohandas from New Horizon College, Bengaluru.
Yeah.
Can I go with my question, sir?
Yes, Dr. Mohan, please go.
Yes, sir. The assessment you told we should give the multiple choice questions.
That's right.
That is related to our subject or the specific topic that they are going to take. In that topic, we need to give that assessment question, sir.
டைமே 6 மணிக்கு
Specific,
சார். இப்பெல்லாம் வந்து
specific,
வீட்டுக்கு போக முடியாது,
Sir?
வேலையை முடிச்சுட்டு தான் போகணும்னு அதெல்லாம் அவனுக்கு அசால்ட்டு. நான் 6 மணிக்கு தானே போகிறேன், எனக்குலாம் தேவையே கிடையாது.
please mute yourself and stop crosstalks, please. Mr. Mohan Kumar. Yeah. You have to
Yes, sir.
basically give the MCQs on the basis of the lectures that has been given to you. And your
Okay,
lecture
sir.
is going to be encompassing the requirement for all the branches. You get my point?
Okay, sir. Yes, sir. Yes,
Yeah.
sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, I believe Colonel Venkat has joined, and this is the time for us to listen to Colonel Venkat. Mr. Mishra?
Swarup sir, first of all, very good evening and thanks a lot for giving me an opportunity to join. As you would appreciate, sir, number one, AICT is thankful to you and very, very grateful to you for a continuous efforts. And let me also tell the audience, because the participants would be rather new, but at AICT, we have become an old hand at getting in touch with Swarup sir and his complete team of CIDC towards continuously taking on these activities of faculty training. Now, there's a difference between this training and the faculty development programs, which AICT does. I'm Colonel Venkat, Director AICT. And I need to tell you people that this is the unique training program where we are connecting faculty member with industry. At every institute, you people make efforts to get in touch with industry. You always make an effort for campus placement. You make an effort to continuously upgrade yourself by means of internship, opportunities, post-employment. This is an opportunity where the complete industry has come to you. And we need to thank Swarup sir. He is a person who is voluntarily connecting industry with AICT. And when they connect with AICT means with the education system. So my request to everybody is all faculty members who are connected to please take these programs in the manner and the purpose for which it is desired. They are desired for a common cause. And the cause is that each one of you should become that much more capable and competent toward understanding the industrial needs and requirement. Number two, to implement this further in your day-to-day curriculum, whichever level process you are. Not necessarily that you have to be heading an organization. Not necessary that you have to be from an autonomous. You can bring in a change into your method of teaching and learning, provided you understand the needs of the industry. And then comes the most important is, with permission of Swarup sir, I'll just give a small reference of what is AICT Students Learning Assessment PARAKH program. This particular program has a huge data bank of multiple choice questions. And these multiple choice questions are then subsequently offered to every student. As we are talking today, this particular portal of AICT Students Learning Assessment PARAKH is already open. Every faculty, every student is at liberty to take his or her own assessment. And mind you, this is not an examination, it's an assessment. The purpose of this assessment is to individually understand your strength, your weakness, your shortcomings, your drawbacks, and then necessarily put in that much effort in that direction. It's a very confidential assessment which continues to remain with students. And you can take as many number of times that you want. So towards that, we requested Swaroop sir that why not give us multiple choice questions which can come very handy for our PARAKH program also. And more so, the nature of questions should be in higher order thinking skills capacity. If you understand what is higher order thinking skill means, the questions falling in the category 4, 5, 6 of Bloom level of difficulty of taxonomy, wherein analytical question, conceptual question, design thinking question, these kind of questions comes into play. And these can only come provided we understand the industry and the industry needs. So that is where we are. That is exactly where we requested Swaroop sir. And today when we have joined, this is the third training program going on. Two of them being highly successful training programs. After having done two extremely successful training programs, we have ventured out now to go for third. And that is where we welcome each one of you who have joined in. Now that you have joined in, please make use of this program to enhance your own skills and capabilities. Understand what is being spoken, remain connected. This is a certified program at the end of which you will get a certificate also. And what more can you people ask when you are being made to understand the necessities of teaching and learning? The outcome which we always speak of every training program is this only, that ultimately you want your students to get connected with industry. And this training program takes you directly there. Swaroop sir, once again, thank you. It's a pleasure and absolutely honor to be connected with you. On behalf of AICT, everyone, the chairman, vice chairman, member secretary, we compliment you, your complete set of industrialists who on your behalf and on your behest always come for connecting with faculty members, the kind of industrialists who in normal due course would not ideally be even possible to be calling. So that's the advantage we have of connecting with you, sir. And quite understandably, we request and we expect you to please help us, help our faculty members in realizing their dream and their potential. Swaroop sir, thank you once again. Best wishes and Jai Hind.
Thank you, Colonel Saab. And let me share with you some of the statistics which is going to really, which made me very proud. And let me tell you that so far, there are 522 faculty members who have actually been trained and certified. 522 through two programs only. The third program, which is this one, I am very proud to say that this time we have had even more overwhelming response. 370 registrations have already taken place. More than 16,000 MCQs have been received, and we are transferring these to AICTE. This shows the acceptability of this program, and I am indeed thankful to the participants who went out and spoke to his colleagues, not only in their colleges, but also outside as well. And they also tried to kind of make sure that in spite of their academic and administrative responsibilities, they still were in a position to do that. I have already explained to the participants that for some strange reason, suppose if you are not able to attend all the programs properly, then you have the recorded versions available on CIDC YouTube channel. You can always go there and you can go through the program and then prepare the MCQs. We'll treat as if you have participated in the live section only. but do come back and basically continue your education. Number one, they should basically impress upon their students that they must start undergoing the internship training. Now, God has been benevolent, and now with the COVID waning out, our first batch of this year's offline, on-site internship students from JSS Academy Noida, they have already joined. And many of the leading organizations were too happy to receive them because they had undergone 1 month preparatory training at CIDC centers. So they knew quite a lot before they entered the sites elsewhere for that matter, project sites and locations. I have already recommended them that they can talk to their students, they can talk to their management and make sure that many more students basically take the benefit of it. As of today, we have about 1,000 positions with us, and we are seriously looking at the serious young men and women who can possibly go and take the benefit of this whole thing. Needless to say, they, after having done good work with the company with whom they are engaged, they can always look forward to have immediate engagement, immediate employment, and that is going to solve a lot of problem, and it is going to raise the stature of the institution also. So this is one part of it. Second is, I have already explained to them about the concept of NAPIL, the platform that we have created, as to how to monetize the laboratories that they have and how to basically generate more resources for their institute. Let them take it up with their colleges, administration, and basically come back to us. We will be always available to them. Industry will be interlinking with them, and any questions that they may have to enhance their knowledge and wisdom, that is something which is definitely required, and we will do it. Absolutely no problem. Because as I explained to you right in the beginning, that this is something very close to my heart, and I know the kind of the unemployment problem of the students, which is endangering many of the institutions also. And last thing, which I was just waiting for you to join, and then only I wanted to share with them, that we are going to have very soon a discussion and deliberation with the vice chancellors of all the universities, affiliating universities. And the idea is to sensitize them and to tell them that this is high time that they should start looking at the whole structure of the education in a more practical manner. They should not be living in an ivory tower, not realizing what industry is looking for. So there is going to be a bit of a plain talking. And that is also we are going to do, because number of faculty members have come back and given this particular comment that they need more time for their students to understand the hands-on kind of things. And our promise is that we will discuss with the vice chancellors. We'll make sure there are certain changes that are brought. I don't say that there are going to be sea changes, but then even if some changes come in, they are going to be very welcome. So with that, Colonel Saab, I think we are really thankful to you. I know how tired and how busy are you in doing many things in the country, and you could spare your time with us. And I just wish best of luck to all the participants and assure them of all the support that we can give. And with that, thank you so much, and Jai Hind, Colonel Saab. Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir. Always a pleasure, sir. It's an honor to come on your platform, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yes. Thank you. So, Mr. Mishra, you can advise the participants that if they have any questions, they can send the mails. We'll be very happy to answer. And in any case, during the course of the training also, I will be available. So we will definitely try to kind of quell their queries and provide them with the kind of support and all. I think this is the time for us to close this session. And if there is no urgent question somebody has, then I think we can basically consider closing it. Mr. Mishra, please take it.
Thanks, sir, for your enlightenment and giving the opportunity to interact with young faculties. I also thanks Colonel Venkat, sir, for enlightening the young faculties and guiding them on PARAKH program, sir. Sir, I request all academicians to come forward and interact with us. I have shared my mobile number and email ID. If you have any query, you are free to contact me at any moment. We have shared the schedule of first week program, and we will conduct accordingly. And I am repeating my statement, if you have any query or any support from our side, we are always available with you. Thanks to all of you to joining this PARAKH program and associating with AICT and CIDC. Thanks a lot to everyone, sir. Please, sir.